Hello everyone. Today's video is called Bedside Bona Fide Nurses, and I'm going to talk to you today about my experience in the hospital and my friends' experiences. So, when I was pregnant many years ago with my daughter, I was in the hospital a couple of days, so I saw the shift change for each nurse. And the way a nurse is affects your mental health, your well-being, and your your wellness and how you feel during the days. So I wanted to say that we shouldn't judge one nurse the way she is and say all of them are like that. And we always have to hope that there's better people out there and we can't change the person that we're with. So we can only just pray for her, hopefully, and that'll work. But what had happened with me was I had a very horrible nurse, and she was just a miserable woman. I don't know if she was overworked or she was tired, or maybe in her personal life something happened, but people bring their problems into the workplace, which you're not supposed to do. So you're there for a job, you're there for the patient, which healthcare, to care for people, it's very important, and you need to be straight in your thinking, in your feeling, and do your job and help the patient. That's what you're there for. So this woman, she wouldn't help me. She just kept screaming, and I was in pain. I couldn't take it, and she just kept saying, you're scaring the other mothers, and please be quiet." And I started to cry. I couldn't help it. So then finally the shift changed, and I had this wonderful nurse, and she was older too. She must have been almost hitting 60. And she started singing religious songs and praise Jesus. Jesus is Christ the Lord, and God bless, and we are all one under the eyes of God. And she was singing to herself, and she came to me, and she just kept singing, and she took my blood pressure, and then she uh, took the temperature and the pulse, and she asked me, how are you doing? I know it hurts. I know, and I have to check your dilation. I know it's gonna hurt. I know. Squeeze my other hand, and she just, and I was crying and I was sweating, and she took a towel, and wiped my sweat, and just very a total angel compared to the other woman that I had before. And it just made all the difference because it was just wonderful. And she was just so full of faith and love and care. And it was the magnificent part of my day at the hospital because she was awesome. And then the shift changed again. I got another awesome nurse. It was just a miracle to see that comparison. And a friend of mine, she had also gone into the hospital at a few years ago. She fell in her house in the kitchen. She had a pot of boiling water and she slipped on a rug. So the water spilled on her lower part of her body, I think mostly the legs and the back, and she got burned. So she had to be in the burn unit, and she was there for a couple of months because you have to do this skin graft. And she, when she came out a few months later, and I saw her, and I said, "Now, were the nurses mean to you? And were they really nasty? I'm sorry if you had a bad experience." And she said, "Oh no, just the opposite." She said, "I actually cried when I left because they were like family. They were so gentle and so warm and so kind and patient and caring that," she said, "we were just like sisters." And it was amazing. So always remember, people are different. We're not all the same. All we need to do is pray and help each other with our tasks and patience, and remember that. So God bless. Have faith. Peace. Bye bye.